Hi everyone. So welcome to the Tech AI Solution Podcast. Today we have the guest who has judged on the Packaging Summit 2025, and he's quite a leader in the packaging industry. And welcome, Guido Schmitz. And I would like to introduce yourself and what you do, and what your industry is about.
Welcome everybody, and thank you for inviting me for this podcast. My name is Guido Schmitz. I'm working a long time in the packaging or innovation area. I worked 42 years at Bayer Consumer Health, uh, but then I didn't want to put profit before human health anymore. So thought I have to do things that have impact, not on money, also on the environment or people like it. So after 42 years, I left and right now I do four different things. I'm an agile professor at Rutgers. I lecture only senior packaging engineers, and the semester is product design on packaging innovation, and then in a spring I mentor all senior packaging engineers at the University of Rutgers. I guest lecture sometimes in LA and the Art Center, uh, guest lectured on School of Visual Art and also on Michigan State. But everything is started with innovation and turns now in environmental packaging. So what impact my design has on the long term on the environment. I'm running a company called Papax in the US, mostly to pave the road, what I said, do mostly R&D projects and trying to find a way to produce. And also I'm have a company called InnCreReal, Innovation, Creativity, and
Yeah.
Reality. Because everything what I do, it's not to create a good idea. Everybody has this, everybody puts this in. Key here is to execute the idea and then getting tough. Take time, take money, and take good partners. You can do nothing alone. And
Yeah.
that's almost my key theme when I start my semester. The first thing what I tell my students is a phrase from Mark Twain. The two important events in your life. The first when you're born, and the second when you figured out why.
Yeah.
And that means for me, everybody has a talent, and if you find this, you make it to your profession. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for
that's
this
to
beautiful
me.
quote. Yeah. Thanks for this beautiful quote that you mentioned about the two important season in life. And it looks like you have been in this industry for a very long time. And so to understand this one, so you currently design the packaging material and like your company Papax and the other one, the InnCreReal. I was reading about this one and it's a very creative and the words of innovation, creative and reality. That's very fascinating word that you've combined this in the form of company. So in order to like put it this forward, like this, your company do the innovation on the packaging materials and manufacturers also. Is that correct?
Yeah, so Papax is a goal. We innovate to produce. So
Okay.
we will not do something what we're not able to do. And the Papax is invented or started with Tassin Dak here 10, 15 years, this vision to get reduced plastic. And he had a
Hmm.
very hard time and hard way to come to this, what we are today. So we only take projects, also build the production on this. And everything is about fiber molding, coding. So let me say the goal for us is to reduce plastic consumption in all
Hmm.
levels. So, for example, when you go on traditional fiber molding, everybody knows the X carton, but now people do bottles, people do food container, people do primary packaging. They also require shelf life for the product, so WVTR, OTR values,
Hmm.
and that's tough. So we're working with partners on this, but our end goal is to reduce plastic, very clear.
Hmm.
Find new materials. Is it fiber from trees, from wood, from hemp? Yeah,
Hmm.
and and then able to produce it. And if the technology is not there today, we will develop the technology to produce it. That's very our goal. So it's not easy, take time, and It's, we need partners, we need
Mm-hmm.
projects because we still little to
Mm-hmm.
really go after plastic where it's not necessary to use plastic. Let me say it this
Okay. So, if I have to put this one, what would be your like the ideal customer? What are your the customer to whom do you guys sell these products?
Yeah, we work in cross industry. So
Mm-hmm.
we had a project with pharmaceutical. We're working on a bottle project for nutritionals. We have projects with a partner of us in the spirits world to develop a paper bottle with coding for spirits to different
Mm-hmm.
alcohols. And we have projects in the cosmetic world, in the food world. The newest thing is actually pretty interesting and big is a fish container. You know, when the
Oh.
fish is transported in ice, is everything in
Mm-hmm.
styrofoam. We did this with fiber, and that's phenomenal. So
Oh.
we cross industry, but the key thing we love to have partners that understand we have to build also the economy of scale. So it's
Yeah.
not that I have 50 machines that can do the same thing that I can do bottle. For example, we're building right now our bottle line, very innovative technology. We're
Mm-hmm.
building a capability in Germany right now for about 10 million bottles a year. We can
Mm-hmm.
increase this. Yeah, our system is a modular system, and we can put different modules together and build different bottles, but it's right now 10 million. But the overall use in the world is 400 billion. You see,
Oh.
10 million is nothing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
when I build a factory with 100 million, it's nothing. I have a project right now with the biggest nutritional supplier in the US, and they
Mm-hmm.
alone have over 180 million bottles. And you can see my if
Yeah.
I do a good job with my system, with
Mm-hmm.
my codings, I match the stability. My 10 million is nothing. So I need
Yeah.
more and more, and we need partner, we need investment to scale it up if possible. And I love to have partners and company that understands this. There
Mm-hmm.
is nothing right now. I open my drawer, I get this bottle, and I get it cheaper than I have it today. That's mostly the biggest problem for me. It's people have a task and they're
Mm-hmm.
going after this and they see our systems and I say, oh, I want the bottle, but I want cheaper than in the plastic. I say, nice,
Yeah.
go to other company, don't come to
Exactly.
me. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we need as a society, as people, we have to work together on our problem, but we have to
Mm-hmm.
also see we are not there. Plastic is 60 years ahead of us. I don't know, trillions of
So,
dollars in investment. We need
yeah,
to invest in the future materials as a
exactly.
yeah.
And the products that you innovate, you must have the patent for those, right? So that will
Yeah,
be unique proposition for you, right?
so Papax overall had about 75 patents.
Mm.
Yeah, but then you
Okay.
have to see what partner I can protect. So very interesting by us is a 3D fiber tech, and a
Mm-hmm.
very USP for us is we can very quick prototype for very low money and time. When you're looking in a traditional fiber molding, tools costing
Mm-hmm.
money, costing time. We actually developed, Papax, Tassin and
Mm-hmm.
his former team developed this technology that I can almost 3D print my prototype mold, not my production mold. But for companies, they're very interesting. For example, when you're coming from India, we have a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of waste. So how I do the first project to get out
Mm-hmm.
of my plastic waste. Yeah, you
Okay.
see this in a lot of countries. So that's
Mm-hmm.
big. Our bottle technology is patent. So overall, I think we have right now 75 patent pending system. That's
Well,
we have to protect our knowledge.
yeah, that's quite fascinating. And how big is your team and that's working in both organization?
Yeah, I would say we're very lean. We grow in the last
Mm-hmm.
year. So in the US, I have a lot of people that are working with me, but for
Mm-hmm.
me, only three, four.
Okay.
Yeah, our team in Germany, we have overall 120 employees. But I
Mm-hmm.
think the core team, when I coming back on all this creativity and reality, yes,
Mm-hmm.
Tassin, the owner of the company, is very innovative and fast, and that's also one of our ULP. We're very
Mm-hmm.
lean, and our CEO or the global CEO is
Mm-hmm.
involved in a lot. So
Okay.
he actually connect right away and do things. But I would say
Mm-hmm.
right now the core is, let me say, six very, very innovative and creative people in different area in this engineering,
Mm-hmm.
prototyping and small production,
Okay.
project management, and then also very key our design group, our engineer group, to design the molds. They're very very good
Mm-hmm.
and flexible. So it's the core. I think they're really game changing people. I would say six, seven.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah, you thriving with these much people, right? That's fascinating. And now I will now pivot towards the industry. So you seems to be very high and deep knowledge about this industry from a very long time. So, what would you think the current trend in this industry, or the main prominent trend going on in this industry right now?
Let me say fiber mold. So I worked cross industry in the past. I
Mm-hmm.
developed a lot of stuff for my former pharmaceutical company in plastic and connect to consumers. Yeah, stuff what I would not do today anymore. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
I only like to develop stuff what is, let me say, I can reduce the current CO2 footprint. Yeah,
Okay.
so when you're looking in fiber molding, uh, trends is always a kind of things. Today is
Yeah.
this, tomorrow is it. I think what is
Yeah.
very important for I looking more in what are the commitments of my development partner to their, let me say, clients. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people looking in CO2 reduction. If my product compostable, home compostable, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
these kind of things. Find in natural material, find solution that have less environmental impact but still give me the same stability or shelf life than my existing. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think natural materials, uh, um, impact of the environment, so CO2 reduction, you,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, you reduce water consumption. Usually I say, look, I said a lot to my clients. I said, look, I have 3 minutes without air. I
Mm-hmm.
can survive 3 days without water, and I can have 3 months without food. So the important thing is CO2,
Mm-hmm.
water, and biodiversity. So, and I think for me, these are at least the trends, but I are not try trends,
Mm-hmm.
what I think is important. But you see, in trend, there's a lot of fiber molding. It's interesting for people. A lot of people are coming and like to
Mm-hmm.
learn more and like still think they can do the same what we do with plastic. And I
Mm-hmm.
usually say, there is not a one fit all solution. People have to understand I have to always optimize towards your needs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, very clear, you have always the trends are shifting a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
innovation, AI,
Mm-hmm.
natural materials, what kind of technology are you? So that's, I would say, it's something always around. Sometimes they're shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you go up and down, like in the
Yeah.
stocks. Is also is a trend, mega trend, macro trend.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, it's really we have to find better solutions to
Yeah.
reduce landfill. Can we reduce?
Mm-hmm.
That's as big, the three R's. Uh, 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 get out of single-use plastic is a big thing, but a lot of
Yeah.
people coming. But I'm not sure if it's a trend or pressure based on the Green Deal. I think here in the US, I don't know that you're familiar with the Extensive Producer Responsibility Act. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's make a lot of people nervous
Oh,
because this is so complicated
and
because they don't
how
know.
you are coping with these restrictions and the compliance that you need to follow with these coming daily, I think. Uh, they're
Yeah,
focusing more on the, yeah, go ahead.
I would say for me, I like to understand this. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
for me, let me say very clear for me when you're looking and you hear this on circular economy. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people talk, oh, we have to be circular. And I say, look, I work mostly on international projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I see, okay, when I'm looking and how is my thing recyclable or reusable, I always say, what can I control? As a
Mm-hmm.
designer, engineer, and scientist, I can
Mm-hmm.
control the material, I can control the process, I can control the design, and maybe how I produce, and maybe how I ship it to my clients. This is what I can control. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I focus on. I cannot control how I recycle. I cannot control how little towns put it on landfill, burn it, or what they're doing. So I think this is very tough when you see the whole circularity. And I try to add everything. I say, no, I focus me, as I said, on the three things: water,
Mm-hmm.
CO2, and biodiversity. My product should be better than this what
Yeah.
I try to replace. That I can control, everything else not. So, and I think that's important to understand. If I do my job right,
Yeah.
it makes the people they have the understand the other things better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
They can make
Yeah.
better decisions. Yeah, so I make a paper bottle. My paper bottle, when you're looking, let me say, when you're looking 95% of the water of the
Mm-hmm.
plastic in the ocean comes from 10 rivers. When you're looking in these rivers, you can say countries like US, Europe, they should be way better on recycling, way better on this.
Yeah.
They have the infrastructure, they have
Mm-hmm.
sorting, they have system. When
Yeah.
I'm looking on the 10 rivers countries, they don't have this,
Mm-hmm.
but they're consuming. And where I
Yeah.
put this thing, they dump it somewhere, the water comes and wash. So for me, my big vision would be I develop stuff that I say I don't care where it
Mm-hmm.
ends. It doesn't harm. Maybe I don't compost in 120 days like the compostability certification is. But
Mm-hmm.
I always say, what the heck? Yeah, my competition is 600 years. Why I say my product is not compostable over 120 days? Is it
Yeah.
200 days fine, but it's don't harm. And that's for me very, very important.
Yeah, thanks for covering this one. So if I need to put out this, like, what are your ideal clients and customers are like? Is an industry-based one who used for packed bottles and the pharmaceuticals one? What are your clients exactly? Who are
So
your clients?
so let me say, uh, right now, I have a lot of clients starts with pharmaceutical or
Mm-hmm.
nutraceutical companies, very big here in the US. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have clients that are coming out of the spirit world. So the ideal client for me, they're coming in
Mm-hmm.
with this clear vision I want to get out of certain materials, with a clear understanding you don't have it tomorrow. And we
Mm-hmm.
put the money, the knowledge together in to build a packaging system for the future. Doesn't matter where the clients come from. Is it a brand? Is it maybe a plastic bottle company? Tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
I have a big meeting. So we did, for example, we did a development with the effervescent tube for
Okay.
tablets
Mm-hmm.
with a client, with a pharmaceutical client. But tomorrow I talk a company coming. They are the biggest supplier of these tubes and plastic, and
Mm-hmm.
we say, look, we have to collaborate here together because I cannot do it alone. If
Yeah.
here we are, we like to
Mm-hmm.
go here, how we can do this together. I think that's very important as clients, they understand we start something new and cool and it can be very powerful, but not
Mm-hmm.
yet. We have to develop this together and not, and then have, let me say, a lot of big companies super slow.
Oh,
And I like to be
yeah.
faster. So a good client is they have a little bit more speed,
Yeah.
yeah, and actually put money in us. As I said, I think we have a team that can develop a lot of different things, but we
Mm-hmm.
still lean, so we need financial help in the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. So I think you have covered this my next question already. Like the current challenges that you're facing in the industry and the current pain points, if you have to point it out, what are those in your industry? What are the current pain points would you like to mention?
What pain points? Let me say,
Mm,
as I said, there's not a one fit all solution. We have to
yeah.
every project, every product, and thing. I personally think I face a lot of people that have a task
Mm-hmm.
and I follow the task. For example, I'm working on a blister system for pharmaceutical. I had
Mm-hmm.
a company that they really like to go in this, and I come with a letter. What is
Mm-hmm.
with child resistant? What is with this? And I think we're talking something or don't exist. How I can answer these questions? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I would say a lot of people coming in, oh, I go out of plastic, they hear about fiber molding, and they think they can do the same for the same money. That's not possible because the economy, we are not so off on
Mm-hmm.
costs, but I think that the economy of scale is not even that take, I don't know, 50 years to come on
Mm-hmm.
this economy of scales where we are with plastic. So big challenge for me. People have a task they're coming. I would
Mm-hmm.
love to have pure researcher and understand what this means. The cost is a
Mm-hmm.
question because people think they're still very profit
Mm-hmm.
oriented and not impact of this what
Quality
we do.
oriented. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say for me is this, and then challenge is we have more ideas than we have financial uh what we can do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
So
if I have to understand the journey of the customer that reaches to you, so you yourself like promote yourself as an organization, or how does the customer know about you? How does they reach you? How does this work?
no, I think I really here in the US do not too much because I'm super lean. But
Mm-hmm.
our marketing team or marketing people in Germany do a lot of social media. We're going
Mm-hmm.
out on LinkedIn. Tassin Duck, the CEO, has a kind of a broadcast called Mr. Green. So we
Mm-hmm.
mostly go over yeah, social media, going out and
Mm-hmm.
promote ourselves. I will be at the Pack Expo in Las Vegas. We have a booth there. We show our uh,
Okay.
pharmaceutical bottles. I will
Mm-hmm.
go to the other, as you mentioned before, I will speak or in a speaker panel about a paper bottle, and there will be
Mm-hmm.
other people that are working in the paper bottle world. So normal stuff. I start to promote our with a marketing group, our Vegas show a little bit more, our
Mm-hmm.
bottle concept. So that's what we do.
Make-
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense now. So, if I have to ask you, like, what is the one important parameter or, or I would say that metrics that you want to improve, what that would be in a whole organization?
Wow, we have so many different areas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other
How about in the sales, if we talk about only the sales or that concept? Like
yeah,
improvement and R&D is a different part. How about the sales? If you want to improve something, like increase the customer base, increase the more refined customer base. For example, as you mentioned, that people with the more direct ideas and more vision ideas, like what they exactly want it with the what quality. So those kind of aspect when the customer comes in, what metrics you're looking forward for the sales one?
let me maybe try to answer this, but mostly in other
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
The most important things to improve is our sales, to sell more, to get the financial, to do the creative stuff. Yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
would say the biggest thing is for us how I would improve my sales. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
mostly as our own company. I think we have a good amount of resources in our production, but in our
Mm-hmm.
headquarters, so that means key function to improve.
Mm-hmm.
In sales, we have to improve. I barely do sales in the US. I started right now to
Okay.
see I build a better website. Can people
Yeah.
order this? So I think for the success of the company,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to promote our own products, what we have
Mm-hmm.
stronger is a sales tool or sales organization super important. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Thanks for this question. Oh, you want to improve your sales. That's, I think, overall cost that idea that you want to put within the US. I think that's the next question, most related to the previous one. Like, where do you see yourself in like 6 to 12 months in USA? So, what exactly you want to achieve in the USA for this in upcoming 12 months?
Yes, so in the upcoming 12 months, I will promote uh, certain products what Papax has already. For example, we build a product line for customized advents calendars, very big part in Europe. I take certain
Mm-hmm.
calendar designs over, make our own print, and I have this idea that people can order for their family or you have it not printed and put it in school. So this I have to improve. I work very strong in the cigar world, have a product line with
Mm-hmm.
environmental cigar packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Promote what Papax has right now. We have a nacho container. We have multiple container where we develop. We have the tool and we can produce. Promote these things not to these gigantic companies. Go out
Mm-hmm.
and tell people, look, I have this. This is what I do, and you can order 100, not 100 million. You can 100 and do local sales. So this
Mm-hmm.
is my goal in the next couple of months. And one of the big goal is to build in where I live or where we have our research center here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning right now to raise money to build a small production site to build
Okay.
certain products
Mm-hmm.
local. I have to produce local to be successful in the US.
Yeah.
And what I said before, for me, is a CO2 footprint super important to really. I cannot ship over the ocean.
Yeah.
I can ship coffee capsules, what we do a lot in a container. But right
Mm-hmm.
now, for example, I produce coffee capsules in Europe, and let me say, in a 40-foot container, I put 2 million capsules. Let me say, I will not see really the transportation costs. If
Mm-hmm.
I do my ice container for fish, I put only 7 to 10,000 boxes in a 40-foot container. This will
Mm-hmm.
be impact every single sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, stronger. So that's one of our goal is find a way to produce in the US too.
So
Yeah.
to sum up, like one, do you want to produce locally in the US? That's your current goal, and you want to increase the sales within the US for your organization.
Yeah.
That's the overall okay put forward. I think any message that you want to put forward for the audience before we sum up this one?
Yeah, I think as I mentioned a couple of times, important is we have to find ways to reduce plastic consumption. It's
Yeah.
good for the environment. It's good for the next generation, but nobody can do this alone. And you're only so good than the people
Mm-hmm.
you work with. Very
Yeah.
clear. And for me, it's also I don't have any competition in the fiber molding world because everybody that goes out and do something to rid plastic, hey, welcome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, try to we try to develop future things, and we need partner, we need people to do it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's a key
Okay.
message for me is
Yeah.
come to us, ask when you have something, but understand that's a
Mm-hmm.
development effort, and development effort take time and also
Yeah.
take money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rightly put. You have rightly put this whole message in a right way. So
Yeah.
here we can. I'll just learn one last one question. Like, since you've been learning about this AI and revolution, evolution, everything. So how far you have implemented any of the AI solution in your organization? Like how your relationship with the AI within this organization?
Oh, I use this quite a bit because for a person like me, it's this. I usually
Hmm.
say good people getting better because you know how you use it, how you talk to
Yeah.
it, and what you get out. For
Hmm.
example, I'm a creator. I'm not a writer, but
Hmm.
to write a part and take for me forever. I
Okay.
2 weeks ago, I wrote 3 parts in one day
Hmm. Oh,
through AI. They help you
yeah.
to this. I rewrite grant application
Hmm.
in an hour what takes you months. So I
Hmm.
think in certain area help me with design work. I talk with these things. So I use this quite a bit, and I think it's very important for people like me. It's very,
Yeah.
how I say that,
Yeah.
afraid of some workers that kill jobs. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's correct. That's how we are using like that's one aspect of using the AI, and that's you rightly using it in the good way, and you've been benefit out of it. That's very wonderful. And so thanks for being here.